Manipur is something where every eye has been to find out what next with the peace process and how is it going to bring both the warring factions, the Cookies and Metis, onto the table. Well, Prime Minister Modi has met the ministers amid Manipur unrest. The Hindustan Times has covered it. It says that Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday chaired a meeting attended by senior ministers and officers who briefed them about the situation that is prevailing in the northeastern state, where 115 people have died, nearly 2 months of violence, and there the situation is still not under control. People familiar with the development said the meeting, also attended by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, and senior officials, was called the day after Modi's return from his state visits to the United States as well as with regard to Egypt. Now, this is a very critical situation that we are seeing, and at the same time, there are some concerns that have been raised. Local women are blocking routes, interfering with operations, is what the army is saying, and that has been given a great coverage as well when it comes to the situation in Manipur. And also, India. Another issue that has been raised regard to it is that a lot of people are now considering Mizoram as the home, as most of them who have become refugees are saying that Mizoram is now home. Manipur refugees say nothing left behind. And questions have also been raised over role of local MLA in release of 12 militants. That is another situation coming to light. And women interfering with Manipur ops, again, I was saying, is what the army has in fact stated. So as of now, it is being said that around 50,000 displaced people are present in Manipur, and they are in fact around the neighboring states as well. So Manipur, Pankaj, again capturing the attention of the country. A lot of things are there that is happening with regards to Manipur. But as I was mentioning, we have spoken about how the women are involved and all that. But the Times of India has come with a very interesting article on this, and this is what they are saying. No work, no pay is what they have said right now. It says that the BJP-led government in Manipur invoked the no work, no pay whip on Monday against nearly 1 lakh employees across the hierarchy who have been away from their offices without authorized leave since violence erupted on May 3rd, especially those from the hill districts posted in the valley and vice versa. The General Administration Department's notice to employees staying away from work is part of the government's multi-pronged approach to restore normalcy and getting offices, most of which have been operated with skeletal staff, fully functional. So right now it looks like they are trying to ensure that they will try to get the state employees back. 1 lakh of them, Pankaj, is what they are expecting. So many things happening on Manipur in a day like this.
Varghese, and Prime Minister Modi, while he returned, the first thing that he did was to take stock of the situation, and then we see the visuals of Prime Minister actually taking stock of what transpired, what has transpired since he was there on a visit to US and Egypt. And not just the English newspapers, but Hindi newspapers too. If you take a look, Manipur par action में सरकार शाह ने मोदी को बताया हाल, and the front page has the pictures of the meeting that we are showing on our screens also. Why I mentioned that it's not just English publications, but Hindi publications too have come up with the coverage on Manipur, because the situation is tense as of now. If I just read you the headlines, Varghese, of Nav Bharat Times. सुरक्षा बलों ने 24 घंटे में नष्ट किए उग्रवादियों के 12 bunker. After security forces destroyed the 12 bunkers of the militants in the last 24 hours. मणिपुर पर एक्शन, सरकार ने मोदी को बताया हाल. ये this is the headlines. But Chief Minister Biren Singh ने कहा मणिपुर में हालात अराजक. This is the Chief Minister saying that the situation is tense and arson, and the situation is not conducive. Congress meanwhile is saying पहले चीफ मिनिस्टर को बर्खास्त करें, which means ask the chief minister to resign first, suspend him first, and then things should move on. So this is basically, if you look at the whole scenario, The government is in a quandary here. And yes, all efforts are in place. Prime Minister Modi was very quick to assess the situation. Amit Shah has been in touch with the Chief Minister right from the word go after his visit also to Manipur. Now, Biren Singh met Amit Shah. The situation is being monitored for sure, but as you mentioned, there are two, three key issues that are becoming are actually, blocking the security forces from actually conducting their operations inside the territory. We have been seeing this for the last 1 or 2 weeks, how women folk are coming together and asking the security forces to go back. The forces will need to find a way out there and how to negotiate that area. Secondly, is the question of the armory, the arms and ammunition that are there out in the open. Many are saying that no heads have rolled so far. Asaduddin Owaisi came up with a very stinging remark when he said that had it been any other opposition ruled state and so much of state arms and ammunitions had they been looted, then obviously there would have been some action. Heads would have rolled. The government must have been found accountable with. But here the question is: so many police stations have been looted, so many state armories have been vandalized, and the weapons are out in the open. So what actions are being taken? So in equal measure, the government actually constituted a CBI panel to probe into this, and that's what was a key aspect. These are the two things as of now. Arms out in the open and women folk not letting the armed forces do their job. This is a crucial mix. The third one is the political activity. Now, we are seeing, Varghese, with the passage of time, how the heat is coming on to Biren Singh. First, it was the local community, which obviously had showed its disinterest in his leadership. Then we saw, as of now, not no action or no commentary has been made, but yes, it looks like that BJP too would be, in a way, looking at assessing the role of Biren Singh and what has happened so far, because containing the violence or failing to do it for the last 53 days, nearly 2 months, is something which is very, uncommon. Yes, there has been a divide within the Kuki, Methi, and the Naga members, but suddenly the feelings were fanned. What transpired after that High Court verdict of, on giving the SC status to Meithis, that aspect snowballed in a manner that even the government's establishment failed to contain them. So that way, Biren Singh would come under the scanner. So these are the three key aspects as of now, I believe, Varghese, which are shaping the course of Manipur.
Well, also, Pankaj, I'm just trying to take on this entire show on the Manipur. What are the kind of difficulties faced? One is with regards to regular supply of essentials, and there is some kind of relief on that front. The Indian Express, in fact, is saying that sources said a decision to expedite the process of ensuring regular supply of fuel and LPG cylinders has taken at the meeting, which is the meeting with the Prime Minister. And the centre will also see that other essential commodities are available to the people. So this is the kind of situation that they are looking at. Meanwhile, as I told you before, the employees are actually concerned with that diktat coming in, saying that they won't get pay because what they are saying is that the violence is so fresh in their memory, and it results in there are people from the hills who have been deployed in the valley and from the valley to the hills. So going to places where the ethnic violence has been quite there, it is going to be very difficult for them, is what some of the employees, without naming themselves, have spoken to the papers also. And one of the interesting issues that have been also taken up with regard to it is that there is an effort to ensure that there is some kind of normalcy restored. And because the normalcy has to be restored, that is why they want the employees to come back to the government offices and at the same time to be at the hills or wherever their postings are, whether in the valley, so that there's some kind of semblance of normalcy. But all of them asked this one question, saying that why is it being carried out now, especially when the memory of the violence is quite fresh, and that is something that has been quite upsetting for them as well. And as I was earlier mentioning, the army was also finding it very difficult to negotiate the situation on the ground.